After looking at a ton of custom movesets, I've noticed that barely any use the camera visual effect, and if they do, it can be done better. So I'm here to tell you how you guys can just make cutscenes that look good in JJS. Now this guide will be going through 3 blocks, being the overlay, the field of view, and of course the camera block, giving advice on how you can use them and make peak in your moves. Now to be honest, the camera work might actually be the easiest thing in skateboarding. I'm genuinely being serious despite how hard it looks. Though the only bad thing about it is that it takes a little bit of time to tweak the positions and the rotations and the zooms. So getting into the first part of this video, we have just the tips for the camera block. Now starting with the first thing I highly recommend, I'm gonna get this out the way fast. Experiment as much as you can. If you think something looks fine, it doesn't, it looks arse. Change it now, and do not be afraid to. The only way you can improve your moves is by actually trying something different, and I'm pretty sure we all want our moves to look as good as possible. Unless you have a top move in the workshop, for some reason all of them are arse. Expect a video on that later. Hearing the last thing I said, you may ask what I should change and what should I change it for. My answer is very long. So welcome to the second installation of no game night, no questions, no right or wrong, no nothing. Because when it comes down to camera work, there is no wrong. It can be shit, but it can't be wrong. Each angle, each rotation can have its own time that works. Sometimes you want a camera with very slight movement that's positioned far away from the player. Sometimes you want a camera that's directly involved in the fight. Sometimes you want an overhead circling shot. I don't know. But if you came to this tutorial thinking you could just copy and paste whatever I say, you're wrong. Everything is up to you to make, and I can give you some pointers. Number 1, avoid boring shots. It's really self-explanatory. You gotta put effort into your camera work, and you gotta make it look instead of and just try to avoid still camera angles too during your shots. The whole Ryu and Yuta fight is actually a great example of what I mean, which transitions nicely to number 2, fuck with alt positions and rotations as much as you can. In the Ryu and Yuta fight, after rewatching it like 5 times, I've noticed that there wasn't a single instance of the camera staying still until Ryu got defeated. It adds movement to the scene, which makes everything look way better. Even the subtle movement, like zooming into Yuta's facial expression right before the beam clash, the viewer may not actively notice it, but it adds so much to what they're watching. The exact same goes for JJS moves and cutscenes. 3. Use easing styles almost always. If you don't know what an easing style is, then let me tell you. They determine how something reaches its destination based on a graph. In 3D animation, for an example, it's how an arm would go up to down, or in JJS, it would be how a visual goes left to right. For example, using the linear easing style, that would mean the arm would just go smoothly down, keeping the same pace. Same with the visual smoothly going left to right. But let's say exponential, it will speed up near the end, being really slow for the first 3 quarters, and then reaching its destination basically within a quarter of the time given. There are way more easing styles, so I will not be going through them, so just search up blank graph and it will show up how it will move. But yeah, back on track, the linear easing style, which is the default, looks boring, looks plain, looks lame. Its only use I can see is just subtle camera movement like I mentioned in the Yuta fight, but aside from that, it most likely can change. 4. I know this actually isn't really helping with camera work, but it helps for whoever's using your moveset. Do not put camera stuff and cutscenes for normal moves. I can't stress this enough. The thing that kills so many movesets is just a cutscene randomly being there for a base move. It is so annoying, and I will slime out whoever does this. 5. Lefts and rights. I'll show you 2 clips from my Teen Gojo reversal red move, and tell me which one you think looks better. Who the fuck picked the left? Again, it's not wrong, it's just shit. With the example on the right, you see way more, like my stance is open, you have a better viewing angle, while on the left, My body just covers everything and you barely see anything. The viewer is just wondering why the hell you would pick that angle. Just experiment from which side, left or right, will give you the best view and what fits that move more. 6. Always have a main focus or intention with each shot. Either it's a target getting knocked back or an attack being charged up. Just make sure each shot shows what it needs to. Without really even trying, this can make your work look way better. There's more. All of these might sound like no duh, but the thing is, I can't exactly help you with your camera work. Reason being, I don't know what you're doing. And even if I did have a definite answer for you, that would just be hand holding and stunting your growth as a skill builder. Imagine asking an art tutor, what should I do to improve this, when they haven't seen your artwork and have no clue what you're doing. Doesn't make sense, does it? Same thing goes for this tutorial. You need to get better on your own when it comes to this stuff, and I can't help you as much as just giving you a definite answer. And also, it's your work. You're not going to be able to reproduce the same result if I just tell you the answer. So you need to do this stuff yourself, and that is probably the best advice I could give you. Keep going at it, keep changing things, and try your best not to get help. It's okay if you're stuck and you're just looking for direction, but I don't want you to just get the answer. Otherwise, you're really not trying and you can barely count it as your work. Finally, that concludes all I'm going to talk about with the camera block, and we're going to be moving on to field of view. But before we do, you've made it this far, meaning you're probably finding this any bit entertaining or educational. So if you're feeling kind enough, subscribe, it's free, you don't lose anything, and I want to reach 10k by 2027. Anyway, field of view, right. This is your butter and the camera is your bread. It's the oil to a machine and it gives that extra to your moves. So I'll just go over a couple things you can do. Number 1, zoom in for a charge or a wind up and zoom out for an impact, or vice versa. Just make sure they contrast well and it's any bit noticeable. 2, make sure the amount you zoom in or out scales with the move's strength. That helps with understanding for how strong the attack is or should feel, and it prevents a super ultra mega giga attack feeling small and a small attack feeling like Sid's I am atomic or whatever. 3, always keep it moving, even subtly. It adds more and if it stops all of a sudden, it looks just worse. It looks like less dynamic. That's not the right word. It takes away the movement. There we go. And 4, try not to stay on the default 0 FOV because it can make the scene look flat. Is flat the right word? I don't know. The better word is boring. And yeah, overall FOV is just really simple and it takes maybe like 1 or 2 times of using it to get a good enough understanding. Now the final part of this video is going to be covering overlays. The hardest part about this it's finding the right decal. No, that's actually it. This is so easy. What you're gonna want to use these for is like impact frames, screen tints, and cinema bars, and no, I can't think of another. No, that works. Just a couple things to help you with overlays. Number 1, with screen tints, fade them now, even just a little. If it just kind of like spawns in and then despawns, it just looks weird and out of place unless that's the intent. Number 2, impact frames should not be longer than 0.05 seconds per frame. You gotta think of it like FPS. 0.1 is low, but that's just 10 FPS. If you set it to 0.05, that's 20 FPS, we're getting somewhere. Anything that is or below 0.05, an impact frame is meant to be a short frame, a little touch up, not something that just blocks your view for a moment. Yeah, breaking character here, there's nothing to talk about when it comes to overlays. For the life of me, I can't think of anything. Am I stupid? Is that going to affect my credibility? So lads, that concludes today's video. I hope this was useful. By the way, I'm so sorry for the delay in uploads. My PC lost access to use Wi-Fi because of some DNS client corruption. I fixed it by like reinstalling Windows 11 on my PC. Y'all don't care. Look at this Utah sneak for my next skill builder video. Anyway, that's gonna be it for me. Expect many filler videos because skill building takes way too long. Have a good day and goodbye.